Selling points more powerful. They can do remotes and live streaming, as well as tape productions. Let AMP2 TV handle all of your television production needs. Choose from a variety of creative TV and radio packages, and see why AMP2 TV works with many major companies.
For sponsors. AMP2.tv presents Tell Us Your Business, where you're invited on the air to tell us what makes your business stand out in the community. It's important we hear from you to tell us all we need to know about what you do best. Tell Us Your Business uses the latest radio and television production systems, and all shows can be seen on amp2.tv. If you have a question for our guest, call 888-565-1470. Now, let's get ready as our guest hits the airwaves and informs us about what we need to know on Tell Us Your Business.
Hi, and welcome to Tell Us Your Biz. I'm Yolanda Santana, and I have over 15 years of experience in the IT industry. I'm currently working as an account executive for an IT consulting company. It's hurricane season, and disaster recovery is very important. So I don't know if you knew this and you have a small business, you can have a backup internet service. If you have any questions, give me a call, 561-601-4504. Today, we have a special guest, Jennifer Isagire, or Isagiri, who's running for mayor of Plantation. Hi, Jennifer. Welcome.
Hi, Yolanda. How are you?
I'm good. And you?
Excellent.
So tell me about yourself. Tell me why you decided to run for mayor of Plantation.
So that's the one question I get asked the most, and I would have to say there's a bunch of different reasons. But the main one is that I'm a big environmentalist. So we have this system in Plantation called a pay-as-you-throw system for our waste and recycling. So basically, instead of getting bins, we have to purchase plastic bags from select vendors. Now, Plantation uses over 2 million bags per year. It's a good system because the pay-as-you-throw system incentivizes recycling because it's proven to reduce waste, and since the recycling bags are cheaper than the garbage bags, it also, helps out with people recycling. However, the one issue that I have with it is that the bags are petroleum-based. They're made out of low-density polyethylene, and it's just not a sustainable model. So I previously approached the city council. I was going to city council meetings because I was getting involved. This was before I decided to run. And I suggested using a plant-based material that is sustainably sourced, and subsequently I felt like I was brushed off. So it kind of just pushed me over the edge, where I want to run and step up. I saw an open position. Nobody had applied for months. So that's what I did.
Wow, that takes guts.
Yeah.
What sparked your interest besides this? I mean, were you involved in politics before?
No, I have not served in the city before, but that doesn't mean I'm not involved in my community. I've always been voting in local elections, since I turned 18. I vote as much as I can. I have a whole collection of stickers that says I voted, so.
Okay.
Yeah.
How old are you?
I get asked that a lot, too. I'll be 28 this month, and I'm not the youngest one in the race, believe it or not.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, happy birthday.
Thank you.
So, wow, 28.
Mm-hmm.
Millennial. Running for mayor.
Yep.
What else is going on? And it's a lot.
Yeah, it's a lot. I didn't realize it was going to be such a full-time gig. It takes up all of your time. Any spare time you thought you had, you're busy, staying disciplined, because the thing about running a campaign is that it's not a sprint. It's a marathon. So you have to stay disciplined every day, and you have to make sure you're doing the things you need to do to get ahead.
Okay.
Yeah.
When in Plantation, is it too late to register to vote in Plantation if you haven't already registered?
No, it's not.
Okay.
So if you're not registered to vote, you need to register as soon as possible. You can go to www.browardsoe.org and register as soon as you can, because every vote counts.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
Okay. So other than being an environmentalist, what are your other platforms?
I have a lot of ideas. So I had a campaign advisor who told me to stick to 3 topics. I mean, I have so many ideas that I could spew off, which I will, but the main ones that I would address would be overdevelopment in the city. So Plantation is a very green city. It's a great city to raise a family. And recently, in recent years, the council has been approving a lot of huge development projects, mainly rental, and just increasing population density. And I just don't think that the city was planned or planned to take that many people at once. And I recently spoke with the current mayor, who also agrees that there should be a moratorium on development right now, because we need to plan the city out properly before we can approve so many huge projects for huge developers. And not just that, a lot of these projects that they're approving are, like I said, for huge developers that are giving rental apartments. And it's, I think if you're going to build land vertically, you should give residents the opportunity to own land, because if people own land, they're more likely to invest in it as well.
Right. That's fantastic. Okay. Yeah. So overdevelopment, and what's your other platform?
The next thing that I would address is, so my campaign advisor says you have to focus on the facts. So one of the facts in Plantation is that our city is, I think it's, compared to the rest of Florida, we have crime 12% higher. And then but we don't really have violent crimes, which is good. But as far as property crimes, though, it's 22% higher than the rest of Florida. Now, when I looked up some more information, per capita, the amount of officers for every 10,000 residents nationally averages to about 26. So that's 26 officers per every 10,000 residents. But in Plantation, we only have about 17 officers for every 10,000 residents. We have about 92,000 residents in Plantation right now. So we are short. I would want to reallocate more funding to our police department. And I would also want to get them body cams as well, because we don't have that in Plantation yet.
Really?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. That's amazing. I didn't know that. I thought most police departments had the body cams already. Mm-hmm. Okay.
Yeah, not yet. When I spoke to the chief of police, there's a lot of municipalities that don't have body cams, and he listed reasons why a city shouldn't go for body cams just yet, not until there's more research and data that supports body cams. Mm-hmm.
Okay. More research.
Yeah.
I don't know. Okay. Well, we'll leave that there. And what is your third platform?
It would be environmentalism.
The environmentalist.
Yeah.
Yes.
So,
have you always been an environmentalist?
Not really. I would say one of my biggest awakenings for environmentalism was when I was around 12 years old. And so my mother is from Bolivia, and my father's from America. He's from Ohio, but I have a bunch of family in Bolivia. So when I was 12 years old, I was visiting my grandmother there, and my grandfather was a professor at the time, so he had stacks and stacks of old paper, ready to be, thrown away is what I assumed at the time, because I wasn't, conscious. I didn't think about these sort of things. And so when the garbage comes by in Bolivia, it's a truck and they ring a bell, so it's loud. And so when I heard the bell ringing, I was like, I'm going to do my grandmother a favor. I'm going to take out one of these huge, heavy bags. She must be old. She can't carry such heavy weight. That's probably why they're all sitting there. And I threw all of the stacks of paper away. And then I came inside and I was all proud. And I told my grandmother, I just threw away one of those big bags of paper. And she was like, what did you do? She's like, we can exchange that for toilet paper. And so she made me, both her and I, and actually my brother was there too. We chased after the garbage truck and tried to take back as much paper as we could. And it was humiliating at the time, but now looking back, it really taught me a valuable lesson. You take certain things for granted.
Yeah.
And so that kind of pushed me into being more aware of what you can do with your waste.
Yeah, wow, that's amazing. That's a great story. Can't even imagine. I mean, we're so fortunate here. We definitely take it for granted. We just go to the store and buy some toilet paper.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So.
Oh my goodness. So, other politics, or what are your, I know you've already mentioned all of your platforms, but anything on the fringe that you're interested in developing if you were to win the election?
Yes, I have a lot of ideas. So one of them, I have a little list here. So one of them, I'm a strong supporter for small businesses. So I would want, to limit any chances of monopolies. I want to give small businesses the best opportunities they can. And one of my ideas is to make available a city-hired business expert to be used exclusively for business owners in Plantation. So let's say you just started a small business and you don't really know exactly what you're doing because this is new to you, then you have available to you from the city an expert where you can go over your finances, you can show them how you're running your business and your operations, and then they'll give you advice where needed.
Okay. Wow, that's I think we have the government has a lot of business expertise and business organizations like SCORE and Small Business Administration. How would that be different?
It's just more on a municipal level and more at your disposal. We have about 5,400 registered businesses in Plantation. So to make it, and it would be free too, you know, as long as you're free in a sense. You're a business owner, so you can pay commercial taxes, but still it would be another resource for you at your disposal.
Okay.
And we actually used to have one of those in Plantation from what I heard when I spoke to the fire chief because I was telling him some of my ideas. But when the recession came, they had to, you know, eliminate a lot of services to try to, you know, accommodate for the budget and the recession. So
something like SCORE?
You're right.
And they had to close it? I didn't know that.
Yeah.
I have a lot of friends that live in Plantation, so I'm surprised by that. And that my family is just on the outskirts of Plantation. So, yeah, that's interesting. I didn't realize that. All right. So where, you're 28. Where did you go to school?
I'll be 28 at the end of August.
Yeah, at the end of August. Well, we'll just say you're 28.
Okay. Well, I went for high school. I went to South Plantation High School, and I'm having my 10-year high school reunion on Saturday.
Wow.
So, yeah, 10 years flies by. And then beyond that, I graduated from Florida Atlantic University with a degree in neuroscience and behavior.
Oh, goodness. Neuroscience and behavior to politics.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. We'll stop on that note and we'll take a quick commercial break because I want to get into that a little bit.
Okay.
Thanks for joining us on Tell Us Your Biz. We'll be right back after this commercial break.
The opinions expressed on the following sponsored program are strictly those of the host, guests, and callers, and not necessarily those of this station, its staff, management, or sponsors.
Please welcome a new sponsor to the show. It's AMP2 TV, the first and only internet network that's truly plugged in. When you're looking for a full-service internet television production company, discover AMP2 TV, a full-service production company that can provide all streaming videos in studio or remotely. They offer web page development, and they use all the latest platforms to help make your business selling points more powerful. They can do remotes and live streaming, as well as tape productions. Let AMP2 TV handle all of your television production needs. Choose from a variety of creative TV and radio packages and see why AMP2 TV works with many major companies, including Comcast, Bravo, and Fox 29, as well as individuals and businesses of all types and sizes. To see samples of their work or to find out more, visit their website at amp2.tv. That's AMP2.tv. Or call them at 1-866-224-5422. That's 866-224-5422.
You are listening to Tell Us Your Business, where our invited guests share all the knowledge of their business and how important it is what they do in our community. If you want to be part of the conversation, call into the show at 888-565-1470 and tell us what's on your mind. Now, back to Tell Us Your Business.
Welcome back to Tell Us Your Biz. I'm Yolanda Santana. I am an IT consultant, and today we have Jennifer Izaguirre running for mayor of Plantation.
Yes, thank you for having me today.
My pleasure. So we were just talking about you went to FAU for a neuroscience major.
Yes.
What do you do for a living other than running your campaign?
Right. So for a living, I manage a landscaping company in East Fort Lauderdale. It's called Natural Art Landscape and Design Incorporated. And we focus mainly on large-scale projects for large residential homes. I work in the office, so I'm usually the person, handling the employee schedules or analyzing the budget, creating profit and loss reports, down to human resources, hiring and firing, things like that. So if it involves numbers, I'm in it. My eyes are on it.
Okay. Do you feel, how long have you been with that company?
I've been with them for a couple years now, so it's not the first business I've ever managed. So I do have internal operations experience.
Okay, that's important. Do you
Yeah.
think your experience has prepared you to be mayor and to be able to run a small city?
It's a lot of responsibility, that's for sure. And I would have to say, based on my experience, it has prepared me for what the mayoral duties entail. Of course, it's a big jump. There's a lot more responsibility and a lot more funding. We have a very big budget in Plantation. I think it's around $195 million. So when you elect a mayor, you want to elect the person. It's basically giving them a card for $195 million and saying, I want you to spend this responsibly. And so,
Whoa.
yeah, it's a big responsibility. And I would have to say, compared to the other candidates, you just have to do your research. They're all very great in their own ways, but some people have their pockets with developers and don't really have the best interest in mind for the community. And I would say I'm not only good with numbers, we need somebody who can not only read a balance sheet, we need somebody who can create them as well and analyze them. And so that gives me an advantage over people that are still learning about new technologies now, because I grew up in this world where we have a computer that can analyze so many different numbers. It's definitely taught me a lot as far as analyzing different numbers and data.
That sounds great. I mean, you do sound like you know what you're talking about, and I would imagine people of Plantation would be very impressed that someone of your age and a level of experience speaks so well and seems to know what they're doing. What does your family think about you running for mayor?
They're very supportive. At first, I think back in January, I was tossing the idea around with my father, and I said, I want to run for mayor. What do you think of this? And, we met for dinner. We talked about it. He had already prepared a lot of information as well, because he's very studious in his own ways. And he was thinking also, he was like, if you run for mayor, I'm going to run for council. Ultimately, he didn't end up doing that because he's very busy with his own career. But they're extremely supportive of it. They're always asking me, like, what can we do for you? And so when the opportunity presents itself, I ask them for help, whenever they can.
That's great.
Yeah.
Do you come from a big family?
Well, in the United States, not so big. In Bolivia, I am directly related to over 99 people. So we pretty big down there, but not in the States so much.
Okay, so do you have a lot of brothers and sisters?
I have one twin brother.
Oh, goodness,
Yeah.
a twin.
Yeah.
Okay, what does he think?
He's very supportive.
Okay.
Honestly, I would probably say he's smarter than me in a lot of ways. But he's great. He gives me feedback whenever I need it, and I'm always asking for feedback, because if you want to try to be a representative, you can't think you know it all. You just have to know which questions to ask, and then seek advisors or people that are very experienced in whatever field you're trying to do the research on.
Okay. So in Plantation, I mean, I know you're trying to get votes.
Mm-hmm.
What is the majority, or what is the largest voting population in Plantation right now?
It depends. So we have about 60,000 registered voters. I think I don't know exact percentages, but the majority of them, it's a nonpartisan position, first of all, but the majority of them are Democratic. I think it's like 60% Democratic, 40% Republican. And then as far as races go, it's broken down to majority are Caucasian. So of the 60,000, I know 10,000 of them are Hispanic, and approximately 10,000 of them are African American.
Okay. And so as far as age group?
Mm-hmm. The median age in Plantation is 39.7 years old, but we have a large senior population as well.
Okay. So what do you think your chances are against the current mayor?
The current mayor is retiring this year. Her name is Mayor Diane Velci-Bendekovic.
Okay.
So she's served the city, for over 17 years, and she's ready to retire and move to Gainesville to be with her family.
Ah, okay.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And so what do you think your chances are with your competition?
I would say it's tough competition. It's always tough. Anybody who's going to try to run for mayor has to be disciplined. There's a lot to it. It's not easy. So as long as you stay disciplined, a mayoral race, or any race for that matter, is not a sprint, it's a marathon.
Right.
So as long as you stay disciplined and you do the things that you need to do, a lot of canvassing, I would say, is what I'm doing. I'm knocking on a lot of doors to try to get as noticed as possible, because if you're going to try to do the grassroots thing, which is what I'm doing, I don't have any prior political experience, so I'm just a normal person trying to be a representative of the people. And so in order to get out there, you need to let people know who you are. So I'm out. I try to dedicate 5 days a week, 1 to 2 hours a day, riding on my bicycle, going to houses of registered voters, and just trying to inspire them to vote for me.
Okay.
Yeah.
How do you do that? Inspire me.
Okay. Well, I start by knocking on your door.
Right.
And then I say just that. I say, I hold my door hanger and I'm like, "Hi, my name is Jennifer Zaguirre, and the reason I'm knocking on your door today is that I'm a candidate running for mayor, and I'm trying to inspire you to vote for me." And then it really depends. When I first started out, I started word sewage. I would just tell them, "Oh, these are my ideas," and then I met with a campaign advisor, and I met with a public. Sorry, I'm forgetting the word. Somebody to help me basically with public speaking.
Oh, okay.
So
A coach.
Right, a coach, public speaking coach. And she told me it's really better. You'll get a lot more enthusiasm and a lot more feedback if you ask people more questions.
Right.
So what I do is I present them with the 3 issues mainly that I see in the city, and then I say, "What do you think of that?" after I tell them what I would do. And I you have to listen to the people. So then they'll tell me, "Oh, yes." All of them. I haven't met one person that says, "Oh, I want more overdevelopment. I want as many rental buildings as possible." No one says that.
Right.
Yeah.
Of course. Mm-hmm. All right.
Yeah.
You're a busy girl. You're a busy woman.
Thank you.
What do you do to relax and have fun? I mean, you're young.
Yeah. So I love spending time at home. I'm not gonna lie. I do a lot of gardening. So I'm growing, lots of green peppers and red peppers and basil and cilantro, and I do a lot of gardening. I spend time with my dog. So in Plantation, we have Happy Tails Dog Park. So I go there quite often and, just meet people. Actually, it's a good opportunity to meet people too. So I guess that's not really relaxing. And then watching different movies,
Yeah.
So-
Okay. Well, I mean, it's always good to meet people, and if you find that relaxing and you find socializing relaxing, and you can do that, that's fine.
Yeah.
I have a dog as well, so it's always fun to meet other dog owners, other
Yeah.
doggy parents. So as you will.
Yeah.
Okay. So again, this is Jennifer Zaguirre running for mayor of Plantation, and I'm Yolanda Santana. I have, again, over 15 years of experience in the IT industry. You joined Tell Us Your Biz. Is there anything else you want people to know about you and your campaign?
Yes. So campaigning is not easy, and a lot of it has to do with funds. So if you want to help me out, or if you're interested, you can visit my website at www.jennifer4mayor.com. That's jenniferformayor.com. And then also I want to let people know your vote is so important. And I'll give you, let me tell you why. So during the last mayoral election in March 2015, like I mentioned earlier, there's 60,000 registered voters, and the last mayor won with about 3,800 votes.
Wow.
So that's about 6% of the voting population that decided the city's future. So if that's 6%, it's such a small percentage. That's why your vote is so important. Every vote matters. Yeah.
That's depressing.
Yeah.
Just such a small group of people can decide who's going to run the city.
Yeah. And another thing, too, I would encourage for any election, make sure you check the campaign contributions. Where are those funds coming from? Because then you'll see who that person is really representing.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, thank you so much for coming on Tell Us Your Biz. Jennifer Zaguirre for Plantation Mayor. Thank you.
Thank you so much for having me today.
All right.
It's been great.
Thank you, and have a wonderful evening.
This has been Tell Us Your Business, where a special guest comes on every week and tells us what they do. All shows can be seen on amp2.tv, and if you wish to be a guest, call 866-224-5422 and tell us about your business. That's 866-224-5422. This has been an amp2.tv production.